Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing 5 practical prepping tips from a nomad's point of view. These are things you can actually implement while living small and moving often. What happens if the grid goes down or you get stuck somewhere that you didn't plan to be? Maybe it's a snowstorm that traps you in place for a few days. Maybe it's a hurricane and the evacuation routes are jammed for miles. Living on the road teaches us to adapt, but when power, water, and food supplies suddenly stop, that's when being prepared matters most. Water. That's your first and constant priority. When the grid goes down, water stops flowing, and that becomes a huge problem, and fast. As nomads, we can't store hundreds of gallons, so we've got to be really smart about it. Here's what works for me. Keep 10 to 15 gallons of fresh water on hand at all times in my freshwater holding tank and stored in smaller jugs that are easy to refill and move. I rotate them monthly so the water stays fresh. Carry a gravity filter or pump filter like the Sawyer or Berkey Travel so you can purify from lakes, rivers, or campground spigots if needed. Add purification tablets as backup. They're tiny, inexpensive, and they last for years. And if you're running a 12-volt setup, a small DC pump can move water efficiently without wasting battery. You don't need to hoard. You just need multiple ways to get and purify water when normal systems stop. Food. Stocking smart, not big. When space is tight, every can and every ounce matters. Forget the prepper bunker mentality. This is about compact, efficient nutrition. Here's what works best for nomads. Freeze-dried meals, lightweight, long shelf life, and easy to make with minimal water. Dry staples like rice, beans, or lentils. Store them in small, airtight containers. Protein bars, jerky, nuts, peanut butter, no refrigeration needed. Canned meats, soups, or veggies, rotate them out regularly so they stay fresh. Aim for at least 7 to 10 days of food, enough to wait out a storm or a delay. If you've got a small stove, jet boil, or solar oven, you can even stretch that longer. And remember, food isn't just fuel, it's morale. Having a hot, comfortable meal during chaos keeps your head straight and your spirit calm. Now, let's talk about power, the lifeline for every modern nomad. Going fully solar sounds amazing, and it is when the sun's out, but when you're parked in shade or the sky is gray for days on end, solar alone might not cut it. Here's the balance I recommend. Use solar as your main source. Even 200 to 400 watts can handle most of your needs if you're watching your usage. Keep a small generator as a backup, gas or propane, whatever fits your setup. Personally, I own a Honda generator. I absolutely love it. And make sure you store enough fuel to last for at least 3 to 5 days of light use. Know your power draw. You'll need an approximate total of the wattage from your appliances and your devices, including your refrigerator, furnace, and your air conditioner, so you'll know how long your battery will power everything. Carry USB lights and DC adapters. The less you rely on your inverter, the longer your system will last. Now let's talk about the unsung heroes of nomad prepping, portable power stations. Brands like EcoFlow, Jackery, and Bluetti have changed the game. These are compact lithium power banks that can run your fridge, charge your phone or your laptop, or power fans, lights, and even small heaters in a pinch. They come in all sizes, from lunchbox-sized models that charges devices up to 3,600-watt beasts that can keep your rig alive overnight. Here's why I love them. You can charge them 3 ways: from your vehicle while driving, DC to DC, from shore power when available, or from portable solar suitcases. A solar suitcase is a foldable panel kit you can move with the sun, perfect if your rooftop panels are shaded or dirty. These systems have built-in controllers, plug and play, no electrical degree required. Think of it as a power safety net. When the grid goes down, fuel becomes scarce. Your solar and portable power combo gives you real independence and peace of mind. Balance is absolutely everything. Solar for everyday living, generator for emergencies, and portable power stations are your middle ground, your insurance policy against darkness. Now, let's talk about staying put, whether it's by choice or by force. Imagine a massive snowstorm rolls in, roads are closed, and you're stuck for 3 days, or a hurricane's bearing down and evacuation traffic is backed up for hours. Here's how to ride it out safely. Insulate your rig. Reflectix window covers, foam inserts, and heavy blankets make a huge difference. Ventilation matters. Crack a window slightly to prevent condensation and carbon monoxide buildup. Have an alternate heat source, like a propane buddy heater, but always use it with proper airflow. Stock light sources, candles, headlamps, and solar lanterns all come in handy. Stay informed. A weather radio, CB, or hand crank emergency radio can keep you connected even if cell towers are down. Plan to be completely self-sufficient for at least 72 hours. If no help comes, you'll still be warm, fed, hydrated, and informed. Now here's something most preppers don't talk about enough: the importance of community. You can have all the gear in the world, but if you're isolated when things go sideways, life gets really hard, and it gets really hard fast. Nomads might be scattered, but we've got networks, online groups, campsite friends, and we have meetups that build trust. Here's how to use all of this to your advantage. Stay in touch using satellite messengers like Garmin In Reach or Zoleo. They work even with no cell signal. Keep a list of your nomad friends. Also, communicate. Let each other know where you are. Know who's nearby. Share safety updates, weather alerts, and supply info. Trade your fuel for food, water for batteries, whatever helps each other survive. We may live solo, but we're stronger when we look out for one another. So let's recap. Here are the 5 big ones. Water, always your first priority. Food, stock smart, not bulky. Power, balance, solar, fuel, and portable storage banks. Shelter, insulate, heat safely, stay informed. And finally, community, because there is strength in numbers. Living as a nomad already means you've got that prepper spirit, independence, flexibility, and resilience. But a few extra steps can mean the difference between panic and peace, life or death when the grid goes down. Because out here on the road, we don't panic, we prepare. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you being along for the journey. I'll see you in the next one.